The ancestral spirits of creation, the archangels, the angels, the ancestors themselves. I want to say Ashe Bobo. We come to you in front of the throne, dear Divine Mother, who created all, who is the all. We come to you to say and ask for protection from those that claim to be spiritual and they're not. They're actually energy vampires and also low vessel beings from lower dimensions. We ask you to please protect us and guide us on this journey called life as spiritual beings living a human experience. We also come to you and say thank you for always guiding us and bringing forth everything that we need to know throughout our life and the other lives that we had previously, many of us. We also thank you for another day of living and thank you for bringing out the sun S-U-N. We also want to thank you for creating everything. For you are known as the Matrix herself. Many people don't understand that the word matrix means mother as well. Many people don't get that you made the matrix for us to live and learn and experience this particular experience called life. For we are your vessel living this experience as well because we have a part of you in us. And on that, we want to say we love you and we appreciate you and we honor you. Ashe, Ashe, Ayia Bobo, Ashe, Ashe, Ayia Bobo. Okay. All right. This is a quick live. And I was walking with my children and I spoke to two people last night. Brother Noof Shevik Ill, shout out to you. I will be on his channel, y'all. So I'm gonna be on his channel. We're gonna start dialoguing. Me and him talked about that last night, and he's gonna be also on here soon. So we're gonna really start getting into the science now. Something that is time. You see, I told y'all years and years that this was gonna happen. So me and him dialogued about that. He told me, bro, when you ready, call me. So I'm like, all right, bet. See, we had talked about a lot last night, and I have some news for the prayers, the predators. I got a news for y'all. You know who you are. Y'all know y'all come on our channel and y'all copy off the information and y'all don't give us recognition over here because a lot of this information don't come from me. It don't just come from downloads. It come from some of the subscribers and some of the mods. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always give them a shout out. I want to say this. Just as quick as you can rise, it is just as quick as you can fall. The message is this also. Don't pray on the downfall on someone that already was at the bottom and they resurrect like the phoenix from the ashes. Never doubt those that actually know what righteousness means. Never doubt those that always have faith in the Divine Mother. Never doubt those who have a heart of gold. Never doubt yourself. And I'm talking to those that's been on this journey, that's been attacked repeatedly. And also, keep in mind, those that are living the true spiritual path of righteousness is the best way possible. This is the journey that you were given. Do not let nobody stop you because you are powerful within and it's time for you to bring it out projectingly from within outwardly. That was my fault. Some of my words, but it was a thought. It's thoughts coming in at a rapid pace. I just need y'all to understand. This is our awakening. Those that are striving the best way possible. Those that are striving the best way possible. Those that are striving righteously as much as they can their best, knowing about the distractions and so on. Thank you, beloved. We have to keep in mind, this is our time. The real spiritual ones, the real divine ones are coming. And when we come, we're going to change the whole outlook on YouTube and also other platforms. Because it's time now. This is why I came on here. And I have a message for those that claim to be righteous and that are energy vampires and trying to destiny swap the ones that heard the call. I got a message for you all. It ain't going to happen. The destiny swapping, you being who you really are, the fallen ones on YouTube, we know who you are. Y'all take information from the ones that really get the downloads and y'all claim to get downloads. That's about to stop. The ones that use people that's knowledgeable and put them on their platforms and take information from them. And they don't know because you got them under that spell. Just know our time is near. And you that are the fallen, that disguise yourself as righteous, it's time for you to finally fade. No more playing games. I got something to tell you too. I need y'all, not the ones that strive for righteousness, but y'all mofos. Look up the word Chris Blade. Look at that name. Look up that name real carefully, Chris Blade. See what the meaning is. See what the name Chris Blade means. I really need y'all to look that up. The meaning of the word Chris Blade. Just know that Chris Blade represents the double-bladed renegade. And if you don't know who the double-bladed renegade is, I feel for you. I feel for you. Because that time is now near, and it's time for you to get slain. Spiritually, verbally, and it's time for the righteous now to wake up. Because Gaia/Tiamat have called her children. Those that badmouth her by not calling her she, instead you call her he. I think that you need to understand what time it is. Just because y'all got kicked out, don't mean you gotta keep on disrespecting her. See, you got many of us came to the forefront calling her, praising her. You thought you stopped one, but it's legions of us. She is divinely protected by both her daughters and sons. And now they're going to come and start wrecking and cleaning up house. You can't hide no more. You can't hide behind people that know more knowledge than you anymore. You cannot run at all. Barriers are being built to trap your asses now. Next year, not January, but March, starting the spring solstice, more revelations are going to come out about those that are actually fallen ones on this platform called YouTube. A lot of agents are going to be exposed. And those that know that you're agents, they're going to start doing videos. And they're going to start letting people know. Those that have been defaming the character of those that striving for righteousness on this platform, you can't expose them because you're not going to be able to find nothing on them. Because we come with peace, love, light, and darkness to bring forth divine order, which is the supreme balance. Enough with your lies, enough with your trickery, enough with your bullshit. Because now it's our time. It's our time now. Y'all done took people's information, flipped it. Y'all done also put the people in a trance a hypnotical trance yet again, except for the ones that are striving for righteousness. You done used all of your fucking tactics dealing with hypnosis. You done used all of your ish. Peace, how you doing, Erica Thompson? You done used all your shit to try to put people back to sleep. Many of you also are pushing fake narratives and fake titles. And it's time for y'all asses to be exposed starting next year, the real new year. Listen, y'all could do the mathematical equations and all of that, saying that next year is dealing with the number one new beginnings. No. It's not new beginnings. It's new revelations. That's what it's time for. It's time for the ones to rise. Remember how they say, the last shall be first and the first shall be last? That's talking about the ones that's been righteous from day one. And those that claim to have been righteous, that claim to be number one, are finally going to fall down to being last. If you're not talking about the primordial great mother, if you're not talking about who she is, her many different names, her many different attributes, and you keep on calling her he instead of saying she, keep in mind, she coming. You see how the way the earth is moving? You see how the way she's waking up? Y'all need to realize the chakras of Gaia are transcending. They're transforming and they're activating. They're activating to those that recognize her. Those that recognize her are going through serious spiritual awakenings. They're not playing when they are literally sun gazing, when they're not really eating, their eating habits are changing. They are not sleeping right. They're having prophetic visions and dreams. Those that I'm talking about, they are the original ancient ones. They are the original ancient ones that came back. And they know what time it is. But at first they forgot. This channel of ours will grow even more. All y'all that have been doubting us over here, saying that things are not going to change and you haven't seen change. Funny, many of y'all come on this channel and take the information and y'all put it on your platforms. And it's not just this one, it's many of them that's small like this one, who platforms, information you take and you put it on your platforms, because many of you don't understand or don't feel or don't know what the hell you're talking about or saying. It just sounds good. So what you do, you try to hurry up and cross-reference and regurgitate the shit, because you don't live that life. You live in a false life, the false narrative of a spiritualist. You claim to get downloads, and many of you do not get downloads. And I'm not talking about the ones that really do the work. I'm talking about the fake mofos on this daggone platform that claim to be spiritual and they're not. That don't get the downloads. So, y'all been feasting off of the daggone divine children that's on your platforms too. That's why you have to speak information that's knowledgeable, because you need to feast and harness that energy so you can be relevant and prevalent on your path of bringing forth disaster, confusion, chaos, bringing forth the illusion of confusion, to bring forth delusion, That's what y'all do best. Y'all are the energy vampires. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all keep on taking information from the smaller channels, and then y'all try to run with it. Then you try to take it from the ones that have higher channels and a great following that do the work, and y'all try to copy off of them and mimic them. But you know what? They see right through you all. That's why they have the Patreons and all of that, so they can't get copied. And many of you try to still copy them by getting into their Patreons to try to become gurus. And you're feeding off the souls of those that's reawakening, that need answers, and you try to go ahead and be what? You try to be charismatic and try to be relatable. You try to be charismatic and relatable because you want to feed off the fucking energy of those that are reawakening and trying to remember who they are. Y'all are the goddamn vampires. Y'all mofos that be feeding off of them. Y'all are the archons, the fallen angels, and so on. Y'all are the Agent Smiths. And y'all keep on coming on this channel being 19, and then y'all leave and everything. Because y'all know the truth is coming out, and y'all know that your time is up and always been up. Y'all been trying y'all best to feast as much as y'all can and harness the energies, because y'all also put fear mongering, and you also talk about death. That's what y'all do. Y'all make these false predictions about cataclysms and deaths and stuff like that, because you want to put fear, because you want to home in on that energy, that spiritual adrenochrome, that spiritual plasma is what you yearn for. I said it, the spiritual plasma, that etheric energy, that etheric blood that you got to harness and go ahead and drink from, feast off of. That's what y'all do. And I know it's truthful because the numbers fluctuating like crazy. Because y'all can't believe that somebody can see right through your asses. You have to use other people that's more knowledgeable than you. Bring them on your platform to lure in more energy. And also currency. You don't give a damn about the people. None of y'all do. That's really not righteous. You have been possessed. No, you already been born that way, many of you. Thank you, beloved. Because we already know what y'all do. We know y'all come over here, take a little bit, and then when there's time for exposure, y'all asses hide. Y'all run off. And people can say, oh, you crashing out? No, this is not crashing out time. This is real time. Because many of you do take the information from those that have smaller platforms that are very knowledgeable. And you take and you use it. You don't tell your daggone subscribers where you get the information from. You know, many people on YouTube talking about they chosen. Many are called and few are chosen. There's many of y'all saying you're chosen, and you know what you are? You've been chosen by the opposition, the dark forces or the negative forces, because you were born that way. You were born that way. That's why it's always a saying, be careful who you lie down with. Because a lot of men and women who think they're equally yoked with somebody, they bring these children in this world and don't realize some of them come from the lower regions of the daggone lower realms. And they come into this world already low vibrational, and that vessel is weak, and they get these walk-ins. These walk-ins that they get coming in are from the lower regions of the realms. You have your higher realms and your lower realms. You know, it's interesting enough. I was watching Citizen Man yesterday. And he was talking about realms, dimensions too. Science is already letting you know it's multiverses. They already letting it be known. There are different realms. There are different realms, y'all. This is not the only realm. I get it about the whole flat earth theory. I get it. The whole thing is they're letting it be known that this planet itself have dimensions, and also everything you see is projected from inside the earth too. The moon, I get all of that. The moon, the sun, all of that. I get all of that. I get all of that. And instead of saying me, we get all of that. How about that? See, people thought I was going to come on here and talk about, I guess, your videos. No. You got to see what's coming up next. See, Brother Noof already gave out his hand. He's ready. He spoke to me last time. Hey, bro, he the one that told me about what was being talked about on Citizen Man Joint. He said, bro, we talked about that years ago. He said, yo, we already talked about Nasara Jasara. I said, I know. He's like, bro, I was the one that helped him with that, broke it all down to him. He said, I was the one that introduced him to the old channel we was featured on. I said, bro, I already know. See, what people need to understand in so-called black YouTube, y'all wasn't talking about Nasara Jasara at all until we came on the scene. Y'all wasn't talking about nationality and all that stuff at all until we finally came on the scene. See, what I'm noticing, a lot of Hotep hustlers, y'all follow the algorithm. You Hotep hustlers follow the algorithm. You see what people are talking about and what sell. Which means you sold your goddamn soul for money, for YouTube fame. Guess what? That makes you fall in too. There's so many of y'all mofos out there, it don't make any sense because you sold your soul for riches, but many of y'all were already born that way. Y'all came in here as weak vessels and y'all saw how to calculate how you can play the people for their finances, for their money, for their soul. You know, a lot of people had left that conscious shit, the conscious community alone because of cats like y'all, the Hotep hustlers. A lot of people started looking outside of that shit and started following and listening to other people from different nationalities that they see that's actually more on point. I recommend brothers and sisters listen to Bobby Hemmett stuff because of his knowledge back during those times. The stuff that he's saying is happening now. I'm gonna shout out a couple of great ones. Holistic Remedies 9. Shout out to him. Mama T. That's another one. Brother Price of the Pink. King put me on with her. Always Dr. Malachi York for all the information he done put out. Brother Yosef. Black Witch Yaya. Real Kaya. The Black Conjuring. Travis Magnus. I shout out to that brother. You got to be really astute listening to him. Macalessi and her husband Cyrus King. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for taking me under y'all wing years ago and vibing with me. I appreciate y'all. Always gonna love y'all. You know, brother Cyrus King, originally from New York. Shout out to that brother, man. Nothing but love for you, bro. Hopefully one day, man, you can, you know what I'm saying, meet up and talk. But let me see who else. I'll just make sure the Hoodoo Diva, her husband, and her, shout out to y'all because I want to say Rahul back to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? because I found out that y'all used to study. Um, I'm trying to remember a lot of other people. If I don't remember, if I ain't named you, and you know that you on that righteous way and all that. Oh yeah. What's his name? Shoot. I think King Bujo, whatever. I shout out to that brother. He doing his best, I guess. You know, doing what he can do out there. You know what I'm saying? So he was the one that talked about the Diddy Town tattoo, and say how he had the tattoo of Azuli Dantor on his back. And if you don't know who Azuli Dantor is, look her up. She's a voodoo a Haitian voodoo loa. Look her up. Diddy have her tattooed on the back. She's also one of the attributes of the divine mother of creation, the divine primordial mother of creation. She's one of the attributes. Listen, Azuli Dantor is a protector of women and children. And Diddy had her tattooed on her back. So think about what's going on with him. Azuli Dantor. All praises to her energy that's bringing justice and where justice is due. Ashe, Ayah Bobo to her. So now, let's get down to business. Back to those I did not name on this live. Don't take it personal. It's all divine love because I can't remember all of you on our channel. And a lot of us can't remember. It's so many of y'all that's doing righteousness. We love all of you. The ones that's doing the work. The ones that's actually out there teaching and out there showing and helping out the people. Your names might remain nameless, but you are all divinely loved and appreciated over here on our channel. Back to the matter at hand. The ones that are fabricating everything just for likes, just for a serious following, for money, for currency. Y'all are about to get your just due. And we're not talking about in January. January is not the new year. We're talking about spring, the real new year. When the sun resurrects from its slumber. Y'all got to remember, we're in the sun cycle. More devastation, I would say earth changes, not devastation. Y'all mofos that's been hiding amongst us like they live, y'all been draining the children life force long enough. Y'all just as worse as those guys that be human trafficking the babies. Y'all just as worse. Y'all just as worse. Because y'all attack the etheric body and try to drain it. Those that have been feeling drained by these parasitic demons, archons, that's on these YouTube streets, that's been talking all this conscious shit and trying to sound so immaculate and intelligent. You have to know how to protect yourself from these fools. I'm going to name 2 books. Psychic Self-Defense, The Armed Fortune. You also want to get a book called, I can't remember the author. It's a book, I think it's called How to Build Your Psychic Self-Defense. I can't remember the author, y'all, so try to look up that book. I think that's the name of that other book. Those that's watching also, get an Egyptian ankh. You can get a copper one, a necklace, get a ring, or whatever the case may be. Get a copper one. I recommend you also get another book called the Crystal Bible. Also, each and everybody that's watching and that's going to be watching, look up your birthstone and the attributes of your birthstone. It's time to start living your truth. Enough with the bullshit now. You have to know the meaning of and the attributes of your birthstone because it's going to help you along your journey. A lot of the birthstones can also bring financial wealth and and abundance and some other things. Also, your health and everything else. Mine, my gemstone, my birthstone is diamond. Am I going to get one? Oh, hell yeah. Diamond represents lightning. So I want y'all so-called agents, I need y'all to understand something. If my birthstone is diamond and it symbolizes lightning, I need y'all to understand something. What energy is that? What power is that? Who represents that? I'll wait. Enough is enough, man. Y'all done took YouTube to a whole nother plateau of just draining the people, taking their money, lying to the people, regurgitating information, constantly trying to bring yourselves up like you some guru or some sort of god. And you're nothing more than a measly little goddamn imp, many of you. You use social media as a tool to put yourself above everybody else, but yet you're here. I have to come and tell y'all this because it really was telling me it's time for you to call them out. I don't hate y'all because y'all doing y'all job. You got me? Y'all doing y'all job. Now it's time for the ones that's been quiet to bring the balance. Because y'all been doing this for so long that you got caught up in your hoopla. And then when somebody call y'all asses out, y'all run. Y'all peep, y'all run, y'all peep, y'all run. You come back, you leave, you come back, you leave, you come back and leave because you're trying to defame somebody's character when they calling out and speaking out on truth. You don't like truth because why? You don't want to be exposed. See, the light was created by the dark. The light did not create the dark. The dark created the light. The light did not create the dark. We are the ones that came from out the dark, out of the shadows, to bring forth that light so people can see right through you all. That's why we came. We've been so quiet watching y'all asses, confusing and bringing chaos to the people, that many of you now are stumbling over your fucking words now. You're stumbling over your words. People are starting to see about y'all. And all you can do is just bring subliminal shots at people that speak the truth about you all. The real fallen ones. that's been hiding in the YouTube streets as Hotep hustlers. Y'all call yourselves rappers and y'all call yourselves spiritualists when you've been taken from other people's platforms. And I'm not talking about the ones that's doing the work, that have the messages, that's bringing forth to the people. I'm talking about y'all mofos that be like talking amongst each other or having a thought or an epiphany, or how can I go ahead and get energy from these people and make myself relevant? How can I talk bad about the person that's exposing truth? Oh, I can say, oh, he's looking bummy and I look good. Or I could say on my platform that the chosen looks good all the time and we know how to dress. I'm not taking shots, but if the shoe fit, wear the motherfucker. I'm not taking shots. Because can I tell you something? When it come down teaching about divine or divinity or dealing with the divine mother, or dealing with knowing your divinity within that's been created by the divine mother, you listen to the message. You don't shoot down the messenger. Because guess what? Your eyes can play tricks on you. Your eyes can play tricks on you. Everything that looks good is not always good. Because you can hide with materialism, but that does not mean you have a spirit. That does not mean you have a soul. I'm very serious about this. Y'all come on these platforms and y'all talk about yourselves. Not one time you think about the people. Peace, how you doing? Not one time you think about the people at all. Not one time you think like, what can I talk about to help somebody on their journey that's rising? You take people's info, you take their solutions, you take their greetings. Many of you do that because it sounds good. It sounds great. You want people to feel like they oh, no problem. You want people to feel like they're important, but meanwhile you're draining their plasma spiritually, their etheric energy. That's why they be so drained afterwards. They be clearing and clapping like, yeah, that's right. But as soon as you go off the airwaves, they like, damn, I'm tired of shit. I'm drained. I'm what the fuck? Like, yo, I was so happy at first. Now I feel drained as hell. Because y'all motherfuckers are the real energy vampires. And you'll try to what? You'll try to deflect and say it's somebody else. And you'll do videos on them. Hey, beloved, how you doing? You do videos on them. And you be like, that person is an energy vampire. Meanwhile, it's you. Because you are deflecting. Y'all are archons. Y'all are fallen angels on these YouTube streets. And you disguise yourselves. Y'all disguise yourselves so well. But we see right through you because, like I said, the real righteous come from the dark. And we come to the light to expose y'all asses. And y'all don't like it. So you try to come at us. Because, oh, he or she look bummy, but you know the Most High's children, we look good. We dress to look good. That has nothing to do with the divine, y'all. And I'm not throwing shots. I'm really not. Because a lot of them say that shit. I'm not throwing shots at all. But if the fucking shoe fits, okay, that's real. Because you're so quick to shoot at the messenger, but not listen to the message. Looks are deceiving. Like everybody you know how people always thought a witch looked like the Wicked Witch of the West off of the Wizard of Oz? You know how people always thought that? But guess what? A witch or a warlock could be the most attractive person to you in a church, in a mosque. Hell, why you out and walking around? But let me give you a real serious, how can I put this? A real serious thing about it. The word witch got the word wit. It also means wise woman. Warlock also deals with being a wise man. It's about the energy and the practitioner of the person. Then at the same time, know it or not, when you go to church and you say, in the blood of Jesus, isn't that some sort of ritual that you're saying? You're practicing that and don't even realize it. But see, people don't want to talk about that. They want to say they come in the order of the Most High. Who's the Most High? Don't say he, because the Kundalini pretty much dispelled all that, or debunked all of that. It debunked all of that. Because the Kundalini deals with the divine feminine serpentine energy, also known as the serpent fire. Then I told brothers and sisters on this channel of ours to get the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia and look up the word seraphim. The seraphim are the holy angels. Guess what they were called? The flaming winged serpents. Then we talked about, on one of the other lives, we talked about the Africans in Asia, aka the Asiatics in Asia, which were connected to a group called the Nagas, the serpent people. The word Nagas sound like ninjas or Niji. Think about this. Etymology of words is very important. They said that the Nagas had 7 serpents around them, pretty much their aura, but that's dealing with the Kundalini, that's dealing with these 7 chakras, those 7 serpents, that with the 7 chakras. But they don't tell you that it's actually more chakras. It's 114 chakras. But we're going to get into that another time, because I don't want y'all to think I'm losing you. But when it comes down to it, y'all that claim to be something that you're not, you will use these words on your platform, regurgitate it, you'll jot it down or record it, study it, and then you go ahead and try to put it on your platform because you didn't take the time to work and do the research and also to show receipts off of it. And if you do show receipts off of it, you'll start using recordings without you actually having a chance to break it down on your own, so people can understand that you know what you're talking about. You do that to lure people in to drain their energy. You drain their energy. You drain things of them because you know that somebody in your audience are what? They are either reawakening, and you can feel that energy, and you want to home in on that energy so they can get drained from you. Because you know that one that's waking up might be someone that's special. They have to do some serious work here. They might have a cure to certain ailments. They might be ones that might need that spiritual awakening, and it's going to let them go to a higher plateau in their spiritual journey. You don't want that you don't want them to outshine you. You try to keep them beneath you, to follow you like you are their leader. You're not their leader. Listen, you cannot keep nobody at their own free will. Free will is given, not taken, and not suppressed. That's what y'all do. Y'all fallen angel mofos that call yourself spiritualists on YouTube. And y'all know y'all fallen. Y'all just got that charismatic illusion around you, having people thinking that you know what you're talking about, and y'all don't. And like I said, it's not throwing shots. If the fucking shoe fit, wear it. Stop using other people to come on your platform to build up your shit, and you don't know shit. Some of us are born with this information. We don't need books. A lot of us don't. But we use the books for what? For you all to see, so you can go ahead and do it for yourself and do the research on your own. In order to be a teacher, you have to be a student first. And some of us, even when we're born with gifts, we're still students that become teachers, and we still learn through life. This journey called life is always a learning experience. But we have to keep in mind that we are what? Divine beings living this experience. We signed up for all this shit that we're going through. It is in your natal chart. What is your natal chart? Your natal chart is the soul contract to the divine mother. Y'all thought I was going to say father. No, mother. She created all of this. Y'all keep on saying, y'all so-called fake motherfuckers saying, no, we got to get out the matrix. We got to get out the matrix. The matrix is dealing with the matriarch, though. She created this so you can figure out what the hell is really going on. And that God that y'all worshiping, that y'all calling on, is the demiurge. Y'all pray, all praise Yah, all praise Yah. That's the demiurge. The divine mother created the demiurge. You better look up Sophia and the demiurge. Let me tell y'all something. You got people that's using the boogeyman, the Illuminati and all of that stuff. They the boogeyman. Do you know the word Illuminati means enlightened ones? You know who the enlightened ones were? The Asiatics. The Asiatics. Who the Asiatics? People that look like me, that was on this daggone planet first, that was in this country first, that was on Turtle Island, which you call America, which is also called Mu, which is connected to Lemuria. We've been all around the globe. Why y'all think a lot of these British, so-called black Britain people coming out, the so-called black Scottish are coming out, the so-called black Irish is coming out? And you know what they say? Oh, our cousins are over there in the U.S. We were already over here. Do you know, thanks to this one sister, that the so-called West Africans, they are descendants over here? Did y'all know that? That we practice Ifa and Voodoo and Santeria and everything over here first, and when the continental drift took place and everything shifted, they wound up being stuck over there in El Kebulon, which you call Africa. Get the book, The Return of the Ancient Ones, by the Watchtower Empress. I recommend you get that book. It's dealing with the illegal purchase of Louisiana. We have mounds and pyramids over here in this country that's older than the pyramids in Giza. They have pyramids in Brazil, mounds in Brazil. They're not going to show that on the news media. But you mofos that be trying to sugarcoat and be fraudulent with your shit and not telling the people the truth because you want yourself to be looked on upon as a god on the pedestal like this. I am your God. That's what you want people to say. You got people out here looking at you, you damn parasitic mofos. You got people looking at you as a god and you creating these cults. And got people saying, repent. Like I said, I'm not throwing shots at nobody because a lot of these people be doing this shit in other platforms. Repent. Repent to who? I ain't repenting to your God. I only repent to the divine primordial mother, who's the primary creator. That's who I talk to. That's who I praise. And those that's on this channel, that's who we praise. On our channel, that's who we praise and give nothing but divine love to. We show divine love to each other on here. We don't argue. We don't beef. We don't bicker. We look out for each other over here. We salute each other over here. We know that everybody are on their own journey of learning. And we do not knock nobody down, and we do not drain people's energies. We don't build no code over here. You your own individual. You also have what? The right of free will. You cannot be judged because of what you do. One thing we don't do over here, we don't wish death on nobody over here. We don't practice none of that, whatever they call themselves doing. We are over here and realizing that we are one with the great primordial mother who has 10,000 names, 10,000 titles, and don't even realize that this whole planet itself is dealing with the feminine energy. Nobody should not feel drained after a YouTube channel. They should feel upliftment. They should feel like they can conquer anything and face any obstacle. But y'all mofos that be claiming to be doing that, y'all don't. Y'all want moolah. Y'all want to what? Y'all want to drain the energy force from those people that you know that's about to wake up. But anyways, I wanted to let y'all know, and I'm going to be real with you. Everything I said on this live, I'm not going to remember it. You can look in my eyes. Serious, man. This shit gotta stop. That's why I said the real New Year in the spring solstice. Watch how Gaia move. Or may I say Tiamat. Watch how she moves. Y'all over there in the West Coast, y'all better start moving inland. Y'all over in the East Coast, try to get your finances right. Get ready to move inland. Y'all in Florida, if y'all ready to get up out of there, those that move to Florida and they see that the energy ain't right, y'all need to get up out of there. Go. It's already below sea level. It's already below sea level. Only a few know what time it is, and they're going to be the ones that make it through that's still down there. All I gotta say, y'all gotta keep your eyes on the weather patterns here on out. Listen, when January come, that's not the new year. We got all the way until March on the spring solstice, which is going to be so-called 2026. Please understand, y'all, because when I tell you that Gaia or Tiamat is alive, she's alive. Y'all have the serpentine dragon DNA in you. The ancient dragon DNA is within all of you. I'm talking to y'all that's watching, and also I'm talking to the sisters. I'm talking to the brothers that are melanated. You Asiatics that call yourself so-called African American. Fuck FBA. Listen. You are divinely connected to the divine mother, who is also called Tiamat. You have a reptilian brain. The 7 chakras in your body, it activates the Kundalini. The Kundalini is also connected to the base of your spinal cord. That is also connected to the mitochondrial DNA, which is the X chromosome. That is only found in black women. So-called black women, so-called African women. It's found in you. The ancient spiritual practices that our ancestors practiced, we already knew that the earth was flat. We already knew about beings that were not human. We already knew that. We knew about the sirens, the mermaids, everything. We knew about the Lugaroo. We knew about all of that. All our ancient practices dealt with that. They demonized it. Please don't take my words that I've been saying about this part right here lightly. Many of you are getting a high-pitched ringing sound. Many of you are going through a lot of changes, a metamorphosis spiritually. Some of you probably are having a hard time sleeping. Some of you probably wake up with headaches and don't know what the hell is going on. And you've been taking medication for it. You're like, yo, what the hell is going on with me? Some of you are having out-of-body experiences. What do I mean by that? Your spirit leaves your body and you're astral traveling to different locations and also in ancient realms. You're also seeing another version of yourself, because you are a multiversal being that's in different multiverses. They already showed that through Doctor Strange, the movie Doctor Strange, the multiverses. I recommend you look at that movie, because scientists have found out that there's multiverses versions of you. They found this out. How you living in this realm might not be how you living in another realm. You got to keep this in mind. But you're having visions of that too, because the reason why you're astral projecting at different locations and you might be a different looking person is because that is you in another realm. They are finding this stuff out. That's why it's important to meditate. That's why it's important to learn breathing exercises, so you can pretty much connect to different versions of yourself in the different dimensions of self. Take heed to what I say. And I'm talking to the real ones that are going through the awakenings. I ain't talking about that shit that these goddamn fake ass fallen motherfuckers talking about just to get likes and views. I'm not on here talking about what they do, but I'm here to guide you, let you know to be careful and to not listen to the bullshit they talking about, because they're not going to give you the answers, because you're going through this change for a reason. You understand? They are not going to tell you that how divine you are within. Instead, they're going to keep saying the same old rhetoric. You are being on a path of the awakening. Those that have been in power so long, they know who you are. They had the best astrologers, astronomers, best science, and dealing with the best scientists, dealing with the higher sciences of spirituality. And that's why they had your mother and your father fill out the birth certificate with the time you were born. And what they do, they bring their minions on platforms like this, and a lot of them are low level, and they start being charismatic and have some truth of what they talking about, just to lure you in, like, I got you, come here, come here. It's like they fishing, and they at the fishing pole, then they start reeling you in. While they reeling you in, guess what? They draining you. So I'm being told not to say anything else. I'm being told to let y'all know that's watching, that's actually on that path, that you are one of the ones that have heard the call. And what she telling me, she said she love y'all. And she said there's only one, and that's her. She said that she's the one. Go back and look at the video dealing with the Vistica Pisces. I did 2 videos on the Vistica Pisces. Shout out to Fire Angels. Rest in power, my brother. I told you, I'm going to go ahead and take the mantle, my beloved brother. Because, man, you was on the same path. I want to say thank you, beloved brother. Rest in power. And I know that I know he was taking your stuff. And I'm here to let you know I got you. And rest in power to him, man, because that brother was just like your little big brother over here. And he transitioned back to the ancestral realm. Same amount of subscribers and everything. I can't find his channel no more, but yeah. So on that note, my beloveds, please take heed. Look up the Cosmic Mother. There's a book too. I showed that on one of the other lives. Y'all need to get the book, The Cosmic Mother, Get the book also called The Great Black Mama of Creation by Dr. Suzar. How you spell her name? Suzar. So get the Cosmic Mother, all the book, The Cosmic Mother, and also the Great Black Mother, or The Great Black Mama of Creation by Dr. Suzar. Those two books is going to help you on your journey. The Great Black Mama book, you'll be surprised on what words are feminine that we use every day. So I want to say thank you for watching. I think we need more lives like this. I think we need more like this. But y'all tell me. My email is BrandonForte48@gmail.com. B as in Bob, R as in Randy, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, D as in Donald, O as in Orange, N as in Nancy, F as in Frank, O as in Orange, R as in Randy, T as in Thomas, E as in Eden, 48@gmail.com. I check my emails all the time, and I do have information I can share to help you on your journey. So I'm nobody's leader. This channel is not my channel. This is our channel. I let everybody know off rip, regardless who created it, this is our channel. I'm working on, we want this channel to get big enough where we can have call-ins, where we can have people go and talk about their experiences with the paranormal, the supernatural, whatever. Going through whatever metamorphosis of transformation, dealing with spirituality, their spiritual growth. It's time to start talking about the unseen, the unbelief. It's time to talk about all of that. It's that time, because the higher the vibration, the more you're going to start seeing shadow people. You're going to start seeing apparitions, which are ghosts. You're going to start hearing loved ones that actually literally calling you from the spirit realm, and that's really going to be them. It's not no disguise or none of that stuff. You understand? Or understand. So on that note, love, peace, light, darkness, supreme balance, which brings forth the yin and yang, which is the divine feminine and the masculine, to bring supreme balance. May the Great Mother, the ancestors of creation, the archangels and the angels, and the ancestors themselves watch and protect yours and yours only, and also protect you on your journey. Do not let these beings try to take your energy. You understand? Because you came from dark into the light. You were in the womb for 9 months, which is the dark, and then when you came in the light, you saw chaos. But you are here to bring the balance. My beloved, you're here to bring the balance. You're here to break the generational curses. You're here to break all of the BS. You're here to become who you are today. A spiritual being living a human experience. I love y'all. Take care.